One time is here, Matt and Justin, talking about some of the players that rose to the occasion for the World Cup. Talk about some of the best goals. Matt, what have you liked so far about this dazzling tournament?
You know, one of the biggest criticisms for soccer and the World Cup, all people always have, if they're not a fan, is there's not enough goals. Well, this World Cup definitely had shared goals, especially in the group stages, and especially a lot of entertaining games with borderline upsets that almost or did happen. If you look at goals that I thought were the best, a couple of a few, that Netherlands goal by Robin van Persie, the diving header, that was big time, a great ball, kind of a goal you don't see that often, the way he put it in. I really enjoyed the goal that, I don't know what celebration or anything, the goal, I believe it was Sturridge had for England against Italy there. That was a fun time. Messi had a great free kick. And then Jermaine Jones had a nice shot through traffic against Portugal. So there's definitely a lot to choose from. What were yours, JT?
Yeah, I agree. Van Persie's a very interesting goal, something you hardly ever see. Jermaine Jones, that was a great goal to me, especially because it was a deserved equalizer for the Americans against Portugal. Two other goals that are just the top of the rankings, I gotta say them. I mean, James Rodriguez, his beautiful, he chest down that ball, got the perfect bounce, and then put it right in the back of the net. An amazing kick against Uruguay in the round of 16. And I'm going to be honest, this right here to me is my favorite goal of the tournament. I think this is the best goal of the tournament. Tim Cahill, Australia versus the Dutch, when that ball that was crossed in and he just one-timed it right off the foot. A beautiful shot to equalize it right after the Dutch had scored, like a minute after the Dutch had scored. And that was a wild game, too. And I think that, to me, is the best goal of the tournament. But, you're absolutely right. There's been plenty of great goals. Some goals that didn't look very pretty, but hey, it mattered because it got the job done. And as you mentioned, a lot of really nice free kicks. Messi had one. Just really great tournament with a lot of goals.
The one that I have to mention, I don't know if it was the best goal, but the one that had me most excited was the Switzerland goal. I believe it was against Ecuador. And absolutely depths of extra time. I was almost a foul. The Switzerland guy almost fell over. The ref always smart, early played advantage, and they went all the way down the field and scored in the very last second. So that was unreal. Now I think that as much as me and you like to follow soccer, we can only do so much when our full-time job is to follow soccer. We can't know about every player, so I think we got to talk about what players really grabbed our attention that we hadn't really known about or now are on our radar. Who really caught your attention when you watched?
I gotta go with James Rodriguez. Really caught my attention. I mean, this is a Colombia team that lost their best player in Falco coming into the tournament. There's a lot of question marks on how they're going to fare and whatnot. And James Rodriguez led the charge for Colombia and basically saying, Falco who? They had a beautiful tournament, won all three games in the group stage, and then made a great run to the quarterfinals. Just fell to Brazil 2-1. But he really impressed me all throughout this tournament, and I think he impressed a lot of other people as well. And I think that's he just had a great tournament, especially for a team that had a lot of question marks after losing really their biggest name on their national team.
There's a couple guys that caught my attention. The duo, I didn't know how to watch as much Premier League as I'd like. But I really liked Sturridge and Sterling for England. Mm-hmm. I think they'll be stars. Those will be stars for years to come. They kind of need a team identity and need help. The guy I've never really seen play before that I liked was Joel Campbell for Costa Rica. Mm-hmm. He has some nice. He can create a lot of chances. I had never seen him play before, and he definitely did a lot of good for his team. Shaqiri for Switzerland, I've seen him play a little bit for Bayern Munich, but not often. He didn't get much time as he could. Valbuena, the little man, he's about 5'5", 5'6". and he's a beast. And then that Lukaku from Belgium, I don't know, he was like he could be a football player. He's a big dude. He's fast. I don't know where. I was reading an article about. I believe he played for West Ham previously, and they would just bring him on towards the end of the game. And he's so big and strong, he would just dominate the entire players. So that was kind of like a closer role for their team. So those are some fun guys. And then there's some guys from Algeria who definitely have some potential in playing. Soleimani was one of the players I really enjoyed watching. So there were some new guys on the horizon that could be stars, and hopefully they use this as a platform. The last question I have for you, JT, is who do you think deserves, or who do you think will win? I believe it's called the Golden Ball, the best player of the tournament. Who do you think deserves that and will win it?
That's a good question. I'm going to put that aside for 1 second because I got a few more players I want to say something about real quick. Not really people that really rose. No, I mean, they rose to the occasion, but people that really, they impressed me. Even though they're already top notch, but they still just continue to impress me. Miroslav Klose, obviously getting that record, having the most goals now in World Cups, as that goal against Brazil, gave him the record single-handedly. He was tied, but now he has it completely. Tim Howard, amazing in goal, not just from the U.S. standpoint, but just from a tournament standpoint. I mean, one heck of a performance for him, as he was just fantastic. Just the entire tournament and really helped the United States' run in the tournament. And then for his first tournament, I got to say Neymar played very well. He lived up to the hype. He played fantastic. Obviously, his not being on the field really showed because Brazil lost 6-1. They just didn't seem to have that spark that creative spark to try and get goals. So those are a couple players that I just wanted to mention there real quick. All right, Golden Ball winner. This is very tough because there's been a lot of great players in this tournament. You could argue the case for James Rodriguez, I feel like, because of how well he played just all throughout the tournament. Obviously, they got bounced in the quarterfinals. You could obviously I think you can make the argument that if Argentina does win, Messi could very well win it just because of his prestige and what type of player he is and how great he is, and then finally getting that World Cup, and then it could go to really anyone on Germany. I mean, everyone's really gotten good. They've been all playing very well. So I mean, to me, it's very tough, but I'll have to say best player of the tournament, man. I don't know. Let me see who you got first. I'll see if I can latch onto that or not.
It's tough. I mean, the best team obviously has been Germany, and it really is a team effort. I guess if you had to choose somebody, you'd probably go Mueller just because he's got most of the goals. But that's hardly fair to the team. Other than that, I mean, Robin was good and created a lot of chances for Netherlands, so
yeah.
He definitely was a top player. I don't know the parameters and all the details of the voting and what they're looking for in the player. I feel like in years previous, in the best player, I know Forlan won it for Uruguay. I remember, what's his name? The gentleman, the center defender for Italy, I'm blanking on his name. And then, so if you go by that criteria, an MVP, I think you really can't. I think I'd probably still, I'd give it to Messi right now, almost no matter what happens in the final game, in my opinion. I mean, he single-handedly won the Iran game for him. He pretty much single-handedly won the Nigeria game for him.
Yep.
With the free kick. He single-handedly created a chance against, what was his name? Was it Costa Rica?
Created another Costa. They beat.
Belgium.
Yeah, there we go. Whoa, that was weird.
Yeah, they won that. I think. I mean, he really single-handedly means so much to their team. More than almost any other team. He creates all the chances. He's unbelievable on free kicks. He's come up big in the late moments of all their games. I don't know. It's hard for me not to give it to Messi. No one really, as good as Germany's been, it's a team effort, and they'll prove that on Sunday. So that's my take.
All right, yeah, I can get on board with that. You know, I did throw him out there in the couple I had, but yeah, I think you're right. Just looking more back at it, Messi basically single-handedly got Argentina to win that group. He had the one goal that was the winner against Bosnia because the other one was an own goal. He had the one goal against Iran. He had 2 of the 3 goals against Nigeria, and they won by a goal there. And then he had the assist that gave it to Di Maria to win against Switzerland. And I think you're right. It was him that it was a weird play where Higuain like ricocheted off someone. Higuain shot, but I think it was Messi that had it initially. And then, despite not really being that big into the game against the Dutch, they still go through and he makes the first penalty, especially after Romero had saved Vlars. So I think you're right. You could probably give the golden ball to Lionel Messi.